Hi everyone, welcome to Bat Thrift Crazy. I'm Joanne and welcome to the $10 Thrift Challenge. This challenge is being hosted by Beth over at Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. What Beth has challenged us to do is take a $10 bill and go shopping and see what we can find for just $10. I'm going to list her channel down below, so I want you to go check that out and also check out the playlist and see what others who are participating in this challenge managed to find. I went to North Raleigh Ministries just on a hunch to see what I might be able to find. So I'm going to take you kind of along on that, and then we'll come back here and I'll recap what it is that I found, and then I'm going to show you where I placed them either in my home or my garden. So, ready, set, thrift. Well, kind of thrift. You know, I wasn't going to video when I first came in because I wasn't feeling very hopeful for the $10 challenge, but look at everything that I managed to find for $10. Let me show you everything. I got this little white bowl. This was $1. I got this suet holder and then a little bird feeder that I'll be able to suction cup onto my kitchen window. These are $2. This is a candle holder for $2. Very nice and rustic looking. And then this is a wire basket that I am going to repurpose into something else. That was $2. And then the last two things I got is this pretty shelf right here. I love the details on this. That was $2. And lastly, for $1, I got this little metal planter. So stay tuned and you're going to see what I do with all of these finds in both my home and my garden. Well, that wasn't exactly a shop or thrift with me, was it? And like I said in that portion of the video, I went on a whim and I wasn't expecting to find anything, and I just hit the jackpot that day. Here is my receipt. I spent a total of $10.73 because we were able to just do like the $10 plus tax. So I came to $10.73, and as a recap of what I got, I picked up this little bowl, which I am going to use as a planter outside. I've already taken the time to drill the hole through this. I picked up for $2 what was a candle holder, a pillar candle holder. I've already removed the spike that's in the middle of it. And this I'm going to be using as kind of a plant stand outside. For my vintage bags, I picked up this, I'm going to call it a shelf, for $2. And this I'm going to be putting up into my master bedroom so that I can display one of my vintage handbags on it. Then I picked up this, whoops, sorry about that. I picked up this goodie bag for $2, and it has a suet hanger in it, which I don't have any suet bars, I'm going to call it, or a brick to put in here now, so I'm just going to hang it out in the garden somewhere. And then I also picked up this suction cup bird feeder that's going to go on the window right outside of my kitchen. And then the two final things that I picked up is this little metal wire basket. You can see you can hang that on a wall. I can hang it on a fence because it is going to be going outside. And I picked this up for, believe it or not, just $1. And then the last thing I got is this wire. I think it's meant to be a basket, maybe to hold either real fruits or faux fruits in. This was $2. You can see that price tag there. And this I'm going to be using as an ornamental piece in my garden. So now that we have rehashed everything that I found, let's go ahead and see where I place them, either in my home or in my garden. So here is that shelf that I have put up between my two closets in my master bedroom. And I've placed one of my vintage handbags on it. This whole setup here is still, like my channel used to be, a work in progress. But this is how I am displaying my vintage handbags. Whoop, and one more down there. So that is where I used the shelf. Now, like I said, unfortunately I don't have any of those suet bricks right now. But for now I am going to place this feeder on this shepherd's hook right here. It probably is going to end up moving at some point. The garden is a little messy, so you'll have to forgive that. But here is where I plan on putting that wire basket that I found. It looks like to me a very, very ornate mushroom. And then on my ladder back here, I have to go get some plants, but I put that little white bowl right here, and then above it is the metal planter. The metal planter may end up being moved as well, but for right now that's where it's going to live. And lastly is the candle holder turned potted plant stand. I think that's where I'm going to start it out and probably leave it because I do like it on there. That elephant my father had sent home from Vietnam when he was there. He had two of them sent over. He kept one. He gave me the other one to bring down to Florida when I was living there, so that he said that he would have one and I would have one. And I have treasured it for decades, literally. Lastly is the bird feeder that I have attached with suction cups to the outside of my kitchen window. Now, I understand during the spring, summer into fall, you really shouldn't feed birds. Well, hello, Lewis. You shouldn't feed birds so that they don't get dependent on you for food, and only give it to them during the winter time. So I am going to go ahead and stay with that idea and won't be filling this up until the weather starts to cool off, which is going to be a while. So that is everything that I thrifted for the $10 challenge, staying within that $10 budget, and where I placed them in both my garden and inside my home. So I want to thank Beth so much for hosting this challenge. It was a lot of fun. And I want to thank North Raleigh Ministries for helping me to be able to meet the challenge. And don't forget, when you finish watching this video, hop on over to Beth's channel and make sure to watch that playlist to see what other goodies people found. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you all for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video and the challenge, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, please take very good care of yourselves, and bye for now.